it to win it. I'm your host, Patty Patchwork. Watch Cotton Cuts Kim go needle to needle in a thrilling live sew-off. Watch as these two skilled competitors race against the clock to sew an adorable quilt block. The stakes? The winner gets to choose a charity for a $250 donation from Cotton Cuts. Witness incredible quilting skills. Cheer on your favorite quilter. Support a great cause chosen by the winner. Get ready for a great show.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining us for another Cotton Cuts Stitch It to Win It. These are so much fun, you guys. If this is your first, you are in for a treat. If you've joined us for all three so far, oh my gosh, these are amazing. So Cotton Cuts, we have a tremendous group of ambassadors that support us and all the things we do. And so rather than kind of going around and interviewing everyone again, we thought it would be fun for you guys to see us all sweat together. It is going to be fun. We have been given a block. Amber, we'll meet in a minute. And we have been told to pick out fabrics, and we will have a set period of time to sew it together, which is, to be clear, ridiculously short. You are going to see us sweat, and then you guys get to pick who did it best, who stitched it, and who won it. And then Cotton Cuts will donate $250 to the victor's charity of choice. There's no wrong answer here, guys. Everybody wins. And so, this is our third one. We're learning as we go. We're still having fun doing this. So we're going to keep doing this for a good chunk of time to come. If you enjoy this show, then you're going to definitely want to bookmark Monday, where I will be sewing with Arkansas Gal, a different block, different colors. But like I said, there's going to be lots of fun. The block is different every time. And I looked at this block, and Amber and I both had the same impression that Paula is really testing us this time. So you are going to want to hang out with us if you want to see us sweat under pressure. All right, so I am going to bring Amber to the stage. Amber from So Majestic. Hello, how are you this afternoon, Amber?
Hi, I'm doing great, thanks. How about yourself?
I'm starting to sweat under these lights, So Amber and I were talking that usually when, we're producing kind of content for YouTube, we want to slow down and we want to put on our teacher voice and we want to be very slow and deliberate. But Amber, you've seen the previous two shows. There was none of that shenanigans, right?
Yes. No. So I have to be prepared.
It was literally cut. Don't cut yourself. It was so much fun. All right. So Amber, for those of people that might not know who you are, can you introduce yourself? Tell us what you do.
Sure. My name is Amber, and my day job, I'm a teacher, but I also own So Majestic. So I have a YouTube, Facebook group, Instagram, TikTok, on all different social media, usually make bags, but I've been branching into quilting and absolutely loving it.
All right, so tell us kind of what's new on your channel. What are you, because you have the summer off, so this is a fantastic opportunity to do cool stuff. So what are you doing?
Yeah, so this summer I am trying to grow my YouTube channel. So I have just been packing it with as many tutorials as possible. And one of my plans is to go live more often. So this is perfect. It's a great little helpful to get me, not as nervous.
This is a good kind of, we're going live, but at the same time, we're sweating at the same time.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to take a minute. So I think Sean is joining us. So I know Sean is a good friend of yours, the guy who sews. Yes. So you got to pick his colorway for Wild West, which is our latest puzzle mystery quilt. What colorway did you pick for Sean?
Oh my gosh, I got to look the name, the neutral one. Remind me.
So Tombstone.
Yes, Tombstone. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, because when Sean and I were chatting, he told me he loves batiks and that he normally goes for the purples. So I really wanted to kind of throw him out of his comfort zone. So not batik and not colorful. But has still a lot of variety still, which I really loved about it. That even though it was a neutral colorway, there was a lot of prints within it. So
that's fun, because I was talking to him at the show. I was like, I would have picked Saloon. It's purple, it's batiks. That's your kind of sweet spot. That's where you go. All right. So what did he pick for you, Amber? What colorway are you doing?
He picked Josie for me, and I'm so excited. I did not expect it because I love bright and colorful. So I wasn't sure if he was gonna go with that or throw a curveball, and I'm so excited. I love it. I actually have been working with the snippets. I'll show you a sneak peek real quick.
Oh,
so
yes.
I'm turning it into a bag, so hopefully in the next couple days, stay tuned. I'll be posting the end result.
That is so much fun. So I counted Josie yesterday. They're going to start shipping in a couple days here. And those little vintage TVs are so much fun on that fabric. Like,
Yes.
it's
Yes.
so cute. Love
I
it.
love it.
All right, I want to take a peek at my questions. Okay, so the most important question: if you win today's challenge, what charity are you playing for today?
Okay, I am playing for Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center.
Mhm.
It's here in New York City where I live, and very near and dear to my heart, has helped someone who I love and continues to help. So it's very important to me.
Fantastic, a super worthwhile cause. I love, like, I want you to win, right? I mean,
Aw.
I love our charity. So I am playing, as always, for So Powerful. And So Powerful is a fantastic organization in the United States that delivers menstrual pad supplies and menstrual bags to girls living in Africa who typically would have to drop out of school for something they can't control. And so it enforces literacy and education and does a lot of strong advancement to keep these girls in school, because when they miss, they have to drop out, usually not super great. So, oh my gosh, so we got two. There's no wrong answer here, guys. When you're voting, I see Auntie Vic, I see Terry Cooper, like there's no wrong answer here. Everybody is going to win. Okay, so we were, for this challenge, Amber, we were given two colors
Yes.
to pick from. And so don't show me your fabrics. No.
I won't.
Okay. Yellow and green. This was a challenge, man. I don't know about you, but yellow and green are not super great colors together. But I'm excited with the fabrics I've chosen. And we were given a block as always. And because Paula likes to see us super sweat, we had to pick 4 fabrics for this one. And it is a super complicated block. So for everyone joining us, this is the block that Amber and I are going to be sewing. And we were told yellow and green and not really told where to put it. So it'll be interesting to see kind of, I have a plan and a strategy. I could end up in a dish. Amber, it depends. Where are you going to put these yellows? Where are you going to put these greens? And, did you do 2 yellow, 2 green, or maybe 3 yellows and 1 green? I don't know. This will be fun. Okay. So that is the block you guys are going to see us start to sew in a minute. Okay. So what we are going to do now is we're going to cut to one of us at a time. And the other person is going to be like that old Newlywed show where you had like the headphones on and can't hear. So I can't hear Amber's strategy and fabric choices. She won't be able to hear mine either. And then we'll come back, and our good friend, Patty Patchwork, Patty Patchwork, who's joining us again this week, will guide us through the rest of the process. So with that, Amber, you are up.
All right. Okay, so I have picked 4 fabrics.
We would like you to answer the following questions. What fabric have you chosen for your block and why?
Okay, so I have picked 4. The first is this print that has the yellow and green from Moda. And then I did 2 of their grunge lines, the yellow and the green. And then because there was a curveball of a 4th fabric, I have chosen this random lime green from my stash. So I hope they all blend together nicely and create a winning block.
What is going to be your approach to cutting and sewing your block in the time allowed?
Definitely slow and steady wins the race. I want to be careful and make sure I cut accurately.
Why do you think your block is going to win?
I hope it wins because I really think all the colors are beautiful together, and I'm hoping that once it's all sewn together, it will really pop and draw people's attention.
Check in with Kim. Now let's check in with Kim.
That is the best part of the show. Let me just tell you. All right. Patty, do you have a question for me?
We would like you to answer the following questions. What fabric have you chosen for your block and why?
Okay, so for me, when I was choosing fabric, I was reflecting on the past 2 episodes. And so the first one I won because of fabric choice. I was super excited. And then the second one fell a little short. And it's because I picked similar fabrics to Crystal. I was thinking I was kind of honoring Crystal by picking the fabrics I chose. And instead I picked fabrics that she would have chosen. And so I am taking extra effort today. And so as most folks know, I don't like green. I really don't like sewing with green at all. So I had to kind of stretch outside my comfort zone. We talk about this, about it's healthy to do things you don't like to do when you're quilting and sewing. So I went back to Allison Glass today because I was super motivated by her yellows and greens. Yellow and green is a hard combo. And so what I am going to be using is for the smaller squares, I am going to be using this yellow and this green together. I liked that this green reads more as a solid and this is a subtle print. I think they're going to look fantastic in the squares. And then the half square triangles, I went with the bigger scale print. And so I have this Allison Glass green, and I'm pairing it with this Allison Glass yellow. And so I like that in this, they're not like forest green and they're not crayon yellow, but they still read yellow and green. And so I feel like these fabrics are going to create a stunning block that's going to have visual movement and interest.
What is going to be your approach to cutting and sewing your block in the time allowed?
All right, so my first approach is not spend as much time talking. So when I looked at the tape with Crystal, and even my kids, when they watched it that night, were like, Mom, you're still talking, and she's already got everything cut out. Like, you got to get on this. So I am going to try to distract Amber as much as I can by asking her questions so I can cut really fast. I feel like I have a plan to kind of make it a little bit more efficient. And I'm also going to have a pen handy, which last time we did not have a pen and I had to leave and go get it. So I think those little things I think will give me the advantage this time, and I'm going to finish this one on time.
Why do you think your block is going to win?
Oh, I think it's going to be amazing.
We would like you.
And I'm going to finish it on time. With Crystal, it was still in the sewing machine. I had the last stitch done. I am going to finish this one on time. That is good, and that is a goal for me. And so, yeah, that's it. Right. Paula said every time we have a transition, I need to give her like a half a second. So I'm going to give her like a half a second. Okay, there we go. There's Amber again. Woohoo. All right. Amber and I both have overhead cameras. So mine is under me. You can see the fabrics I just talked about. I'm not supposed to show you. They're kind of, so you're going to see them in a minute when I cut them anyway. All right. Are we getting ready, Paula? She says, 1 second, keep talking. All right. So I think the question we can ask the audience before we start is, how do they pick the winner, right? Is it based upon the best block? Is it based upon if you get done in time? Is it based on the charity? Is it based upon who's funny? Like, I feel like without criteria for voting, it could literally be any of that. Fabric choice is another.
Set.
Like,
So.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Wait, where are we going? Wait, Amber, hold on. I'm getting told no.
I was like, oh no.
Wait, what? All right. So I think it's interesting. So everyone that's watching us now, how do you pick the winner? Or is it just whatever you feel like? Is it the charity? I mean, to be clear, like that's a fantastic way to pick a winner. Is it color? Is it who solves a problem with their sewing machine, like when the shank falls off? Because all that can happen. Are we ready? Are you ready, Amber? I am ready.
I think I'm ready as I'm gonna be.
Same here, man. I don't know how this one's gonna go. All right. Okay, so the timer, I'm told. Go ahead, Paula.
Ready. Set. Sew.
Okay, so I think the goal was 12 minutes, but I think we're gonna need a lot more than that, Amber, for this.
Yes, I hope so.
Yes. All right. So here's that cutting stuff where I was so busy like, hey, hello, welcome. Sew already. Yes. Okay, Heather Castro, we are going to sew already. Thank you. Well, actually, we're going to cut first. And so this part is always the, if you've never sewed before, you can kind of underestimate the cutting process.
Yes.
The measure twice, cut once, because like it's just fabric. If you make a mistake, just go get more. And I'm like, that's someone who's never purchased a yard of fabric in their life. Okay.
That and you spoil us at Cotton Cuts and do all this hard work for us. So
yes, true. True. I mean, because I was like, 6 7/8, and I was like, surely I can manually cut a 6 7/8 half square triangle. When is the last time that you cut a 6? Like I accidentally miscut it because I was not paying attention to the movements on my ruler. All right.
Yes. Way too long since I have cut anything like this.
Well, and you do bag making, so that's even a different animal as well.
Yes, I feel like sometimes there's a little bit more forgiveness. You can hide things in the seams and whatnot. So
yes,
and
you don't have to have all these points that need to line up, and then you tear apart, and then you have to redo again.
Exactly. And you already threw me for a curveball, and I don't even think you realize. You chose some lemonade fabrics, and that was my colorway for Carnival.
Well, and I figured because it was your colorway for Carnival, you would not pick it again.
That is true. And I went with the deeper colors, so we'll see. We'll see if like bright or like the deeper colors win.
I see a super bright yellow for you.
Yes, it's the grunge from Moda.
Awesome. So, I like that.
See.
Good.
I hope so. I felt like a sports person yesterday. I was watching your past videos. I was looking up like tips for cutting. I was doing all sorts of stuff.
Well, even so, my kids are at summer camp this week. So normally they hang out in the shop with me and they would be like in the back. And they asked, what is the block? And they looked at it and they just started laughing. Like, you on live? What is wrong with you, Mom?
I know. I was telling my boyfriend last night, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. How am I going to do this?
All right. So, Amber, in my quest to distract you with an infinite string of questions, you said you're a teacher. What do you teach? What grade?
So normally I teach special education middle school.
Okay.
But for the past 2 years, I'm in a special position. I did that for 12 years. And now I'm working out of the central offices because New York City is humongous. Mm-hmm. And I am still considered a teacher, but if another teacher has been rated ineffective, my team and I, we go in and we kind of like a third party impartial, we do observations for them. So,
okay.
Yeah. Wow. So I will be going back to the classroom after this next year. It's like a temporary position that they rotate people through.
Oh, wow. Wow. It sounds kind of like internal affairs, right? So you're going in and
yes.
Okay. But I mean, it's
kind
good, right? Because rather than taking an ineffective teacher and just, setting them free, you're giving them feedback, right? You're giving them an opportunity.
Right. Yes. They do receive 3 observations from me plus their own like administrative team. And then usually like they have like mentors. There's all sorts of help to assist them. So that's a plus side. Plenty of times. And teaching is hard. So there's plenty of ways to help yourself get out of that hole if you're dedicated to it.
I was talking to a new ambassador, Andy. Yeah. She's a teacher too. Nice. Like quilt shop. It's just interesting the number of teachers that quilt. I think it's a teacher and an engineering mecca. And I feel like, as you're in college, it's like, okay, congratulations, you're a teacher, you're a future quilter too. Like
You know what's funny? I've always been a crafter, but I never really started sewing until it was like 2019 when I first really started. And actually, my sewing machine I'm using is an old Singer from my aunt who used to sew when she was younger. So I'm kind of glad I picked it up before, so I can still get her wisdom.
Yeah. And then you did bags the whole time. So I see that Terry worked 30 years in District 75.
Oh my gosh, Terry, that's where I work. Oh my gosh, what a small world. So in New York City, District 75 is a special district for students with the most, I guess you could say the most severe needs. And that's the district I work in. It has my heart. I absolutely love it.
Terry's saying her son-in-law also worked in that district office as well. I feel like I'm having a St. Louis conversation about New York City. But you would think it's hard to have that conversation. All right. So I want to check. What?
How are you both doing?
How we're both doing. Okay. So I was going to show, I got my 4 patches done, which I'm super excited about. And I did. So I love this trick. I talked about it on a live where I spin the back of it and it's like voodoo magic. Those little seams just pop right out and they lay super flat. I am super excited about my 4 patches. All right.
Oh, that is awesome. I'm cutting my half square triangles right now.
Okay, now I'm going to have square triangles. I figured I wanted to come out strong with I actually was able to cut something and sew something fast.
I just went to the side. I had to put my mat to the side. So if you don't see me, I'm pressing the seam real quick.
Okay, that is not a problem at all. All right. Patty, do we have questions for our audience so that way they're not distracting them? All right. So who do you think? All right. So who do you think will win so far? So you guys have seen our fabric. You've seen us give it a good college go at cutting. Who do we think is in the lead so far? I think it's too early to vote. Some people might be opting out. Well, I can tell you right there.
So here's my half square triangles. I'm just showing them real quick. I love the bright flowers.
Ooh.
All right, now this is where it's going to get tricky. I was watching methods last night on the best way to sew 4 patches.
That's how I got them done so fast. Is because I knew, I learned from Bonnie Hunter how to sew them in strips, and then you cut them, and that's how you get them done so fast.
All right, well, we'll see. I saw like a side thing, then you cut it in half, so we'll see. I just hope I do it right.
Good in that direction. Okay. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. And when I was sewing with Crystal, it was so fast and furious. Like we were just throwing fabric on the ground. It was intense because 12 minutes is not a lot of time.
Not at all.
Well, 12 minutes is not a lot. And they're like, I'm like, we probably need more for this one because it's got multiple shapes. And then I hear Paula off on the side going, they have too much time. We need to give them less time. This is an easy one. She's saying this is so easy. Emphasis on SEW. Okay. All right.
I'd love to see behind the scenes to see if they could sew it as quick.
Right. Maybe that's what we do. Get your sewing machine, Paula. You're the next contestant on Stitch It to Win It. All right. Half square triangles coming at you. All right. So you said it was your aunt that taught you how to sew, right, Amber?
Well, I'm mostly completely self-taught. It is her sewing machine, but she hasn't sewed in so long. She's more of like a crocheter. She's the one that if you need like baby blankets, you call and ask her because she has them made and, donate to the hospitals and stuff. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So do you crochet as well? Are you a needle artist?
I learned when I was younger. I haven't done it in a very long time. So not very good.
I crochet. So I one day, because I like to learn new skills, like a lot of people. I like to just, hey, I'm bored. Let's go pick up something new. And I went to Michael's many, many years ago, and I was like, can you tell me the difference between knitting and crocheting? I want to learn something new. And they're like, crocheting is 1 needle, knitting is 2. And I was like, congratulations, I will do crocheting because all I can manage is 1 needle at this point. Like that was literally the decision point. Is I was like, I knew nothing, and I was like, okay, 1 needle versus 2. Congratulations, I am doing the 1 needle.
Oh, that's fantastic. When I was younger, my dad actually taught me, and like my first thing was like a quilt with or a small blanket, I guess you could say, of granny squares. And then he had learned from my grandma. So both of my grandmas, my great aunt, my family is very crafty. So.
Right. Yes, I feel that. I don't think you can be just a quilter or just a sewer. There has to be like multiple. Yeah, and so then of course that's all those fantastic supplies that live in your closet. Yeah, I'm sure nobody watching us has any of that going.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Oh my
you probably
God.
see like, all my
You can do it.
stuff hung
Keep
up
going.
in the back.
Patty is being more encouraging today, guys. I appreciate that. All right, okay, so now I need to lay this sucker out. So I just finished my half square triangles. Everyone can see them on my top camera. And I want to figure out how I want to lay them out. Do I like it that way? Okay, so I'm going to cheat and look at the top camera and see. So I feel like there's 4 different layout options. Oh, that's nice too. I don't like, okay, I'm going back to this one and this one.
All right. I just finished my 4 patches, so now I'm going to press them real quick.
All right. Let's see here. I'm painting a Singer featherweight. That's my new jam. Oh, Terry, so you took it apart and you are painting it. You are my hero. I had
Yeah,
one
cool.
that had the logo on it, and I was told don't ever paint it, but I really would love to paint it at some point in time. Okay, so I am gonna. This is for everyone that can see the top-down camera. This is the orientation I am gonna go. And so you can tell I had a very well thought out plan, and I had exact fabrics exactly where I wanted them to go, which is absolutely not true. I am literally making this up as we talk. Thank you, Bobby. Bobby says it's so pretty. Yeah, I can't wait to see Amber's as well. All right. There's a lot of whispering going on behind the camera, behind the scenes. I think they're
Speed it
trying
up.
to.
You have 3 minutes.
Oh my God, we got 3 minutes. Amber, you gonna make it?
I hope so. I think so.
I think so too. All right. So Terry says she acquires broken down machines and gives them a new life. I won't paint a machine in good shape. That is, yes. So because I am talking, I forgot to cut my thread. All right. Okay. Pressing. That was the other bit. So last week with Crystal, she did not have she didn't have an iron with her, so she didn't press anything, and yet her point still came out perfect. I
was so impressed by that.
She told me she doesn't have an iron. I'm like, wait, no. And then it looks so amazing. All right.
And I was so impressed that she's doing the RVing. I was like, oh my gosh.
I know. Okay. All right. We have 3 minutes. So I gotta make sure I don't lose it in the last 30 seconds here. And I want to make sure I'm looking at the camera. This is actually helpful. So I am learning, guys, that if you are sewing, this top camera so you can see those things is actually super valuable. And I am
I probably should have did that.
Well, it's one of those things, like I never would have thought that having the top camera would help me for placement, but seeing that is actually beneficial. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, I think both are pretty. From what I have seen of Amber's, as I'm sneaking the top look. Yeah, so I hope that Patty Patchwork is a little nicer about her final countdown than she was last week, which is like, okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hands up.
I really hope so.
Terrifying. Okay, all right. So we were talking beforehand. I might need to hurry up, Kim. So we were talking beforehand that my bobbin is almost out, and it actually is, but I think I've made it.
Oh no.
All right.
I have to just sew. I have the two.
Now, when I count you down, it will be
separate parts.
both hands up. Ready? 5,
no.
4,
No,
3, 2, 1. Your time is up.
I need like 20 seconds. 20 seconds.
No, we're gonna give her 20 more seconds, people. Give her 20 more seconds because I don't want to press my seams. I feel like that's how I won this job because I really pressed my seams.
It's my last seam. I've been pressing them all, so.
You know, everybody takes great pride in different parts of the process. I take pride in the fact that I press my seams. Okay.
Okay. Now, when I count you down, it will be both hands up. Ready?
Right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your time is up.
Hands up. My hands are up.
Oh.
Is it all, Amber, did you get it all sewn?
Yes, I just had to fold it open.
All right. Okay, so let us, all right, so let's see here. Patty said hands up. I have trouble listening too. Yes. Yes. All right, so that was a lot of fun. Amber, what did you think?
I enjoyed it a lot. I also learned new techniques too, so I'm really excited.
Yes. All right. Okay, so what we'll do is we will each show our block. And everyone now gets a chance to vote for their favorite. And so we kind of hinted at this a little bit at the beginning, is there's no real criteria for picking a winner. And to be clear, everybody wins with the charity. And so are you voting? And you can determine for yourself the prettiest block, fabric choice, technique, charity, who didn't have a machine fall apart, who finished in the time allocated. However you choose to vote, you guys get to pick the winner. And we will donate, Cotton Cuts will donate $250 to the winner's charity of choice. So Amber, remind us again, who is the lucky recipient if you win?
It would be Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center.
Fantastic. They're in New York City, which is your home.
Yes.
And so for me, it is so powerful. Both. People are voting for both. So for me, it is So Powerful. So Powerful is an organization that makes and distributes menstrual supplies and products to girls living in third world countries. All right. So Amber, go ahead and show your block and tell us a little bit about it, because this is the first time I would have seen all of it together. I didn't see your fabric at all.
So this is my original 3 choices, in case you didn't see, were the dark and light green here and the floral. And then I had to throw in the 4th mixer of the lime green. So I put it on the edges because I think it blends well with the print, but we'll see.
I love it because, we get these instructions and all you're told is like green and yellow. And I'm like, do you know how hard it is to find exciting green fabric that doesn't have like you have this, like it brings all the colors together. And so I like that. I like that it reads green and yellow without being like green, yellow. All right. So here's my finished block. So my finished block is I used Allison Glass and I used, as Amber correctly identified, the lemonade colorway because I knew she had used it for her PMQ. And so as the folks that were watching, I, was really deliberate about which fabrics I chose for these little squares to make sure they kind of read as a solid. And then the triangles had action and movement because I liked how it kind of moves through the center of the block. And when I laid out the different orientations, I really, really, really liked how those yellows rang in the middle because, again, I don't like green. So let's put those in places where, where I'm not loving them. So yes, so I'm actually very pleased with this block. I feel like I can make this into a quilt and be very happy with the finished outcome. So I am thankful I was able to use green today. All right, so Amber, you and I are going to hold them up to the screen at the same time. So Paula can get her screenshot for us. And if you peek off to the side, then that way, yeah, there we go. All right. So oh, wait, she says, hang on. She says, hang on. I get it's better than Patty Patchwork saying, hang on. All right, she's got it. Okay, so with that, find this video and cast your vote in the comments. And in 24 hours, we'll announce a winner. And it'll either be for Sloan Kettering or for So Powerful. So I am super excited. Amber, thank you so much for joining us today. It has been an absolute pleasure with you.
Thank you for having me.
Super stressful. This was actually a lot of fun.
It was great. I'm really, really thankful and appreciative.
Yes. All right. So Amber, how can people find you after the show?
I am on all the social medias as well as YouTube as So Majestic. On Instagram and TikTok, there's a hyphen between the underscore between So Majestic, but everywhere else just like it is. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, thank you.
We get the team off to the side that just magically there it goes.
That's great. Yes.
That is fantastic, Amber. Thank you. And you are sewing the Josie colorway for Wild West. And so you're going to be putting up your Clue 1 in a week or two and guiding everyone through the process. And I cannot wait to see how yours comes together. I love that, Lori.
I love it already. I love the colors. So thanks, Sean.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Amber. And we will be in touch. And I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for joining us. And we will see you on Monday with Arkansas Gals. 2 new colors, 2 new blocks, 2 new charities. And we will go from there. All right. Bye, everyone. Inspired by what you just watched. This video was sponsored by Cotton Cuts. Cotton Cuts is your one stop for all the best fabric and thread memberships. Love fabric? We've got you covered. Love thread? We've got you covered. We get that no 2 quilters are cut from the same cloth, which is why our memberships are as unique as you. We also have the largest block of the month in the world. Over 4,000 detectives solve our puzzle mystery quilts every year, and you can join them. Simply go to cottoncuts.com to learn more about all the awesome and fun things that we're doing. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe to make sure you get all of our new, fresh content every time it comes out. Thank you so much. Happy sewing enthusiasts, and we will see you soon. Bye now.